premier address being 5 Wattle Valley Court in Bayswater North. On behalf of the brilliant team at Biggin & Scott, my name is Michael McKenny. It is my absolute pleasure, it is my privilege to be assisting you here today with your obvious real estate endeavours. Now, spread throughout the crowd are many of my friendly Biggin & Scott colleagues, including Nicholas Tang, who has been the marketing agent for this property over the last 4 weeks. If you do need any buying assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to them, as they will be more than glad to lend a hand. Now, for those of you who are determined to be our new owners, I wish you courage with your endeavours. Just be with confidence, knowing that I'm simply here to assist you and guide you in achieving those real estate ambitions. Before we commence the bidding, there are a few things I do need to touch on, more namely the terms and conditions with which we sell, and of course the rules of today's auction. Now, this auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting any bids or offers for a property after it has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors do have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide fines for this conduct. Now, the rules do permit vendor bids. The words I'll use during this auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are simply vendor bid, and by law only I, as your auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Now, the highest bidder here today will be the successful purchaser, subject to our vendor's reserve price. If you are that lucky buyer here today, your obligations will be simply twofold. Number one, you're required to autograph the contract of sale, acknowledging the terms, conditions, and of course the price of today's auction. Number two, you'll be required to pay a deposit equivalent to a 5 or 10% of the final sale value, with the balance due at settlement being a very, very, very flexible 30, 60, 90, even 120 days time from today's date. Now, made available for your perusal is this auction documentation, which states the land we are selling here today is more formally described on Certificate of Title Volume 11096 Folio 505, being Lot 12 on Plan Subdivision 615735, otherwise known to you and I as 5 Wattle Valley Court in Bayswater North, but it is known to a very, very select and fortunate few as home. The chattels included in today's sale are all fixed floor coverings, window furnishings, and electrical light fittings of a permanent nature, as you have just inspected them. Now, seeing as this documentation has been made available not only here today but throughout the marketing campaign, I'm taking it to be fully read and fully understood. Well, folks, a property of this calibre, of this magnitude, they don't become available every Saturday. Rarely offered are properties in the Bayswater North postcode that comprise literally everything that you desire as a prudent buyer. On offer, we have 5 spacious bedrooms to ensure all of your protagonists are catered for. We have 2 bathrooms including the full ensuite. We have plenty of living space throughout the home. There's that magnificent outdoor entertaining area, the indoor spa area, and of course that beautiful backyard at the rear. It is truly luxurious, family-friendly home with a great functional floor plan, stunning street appeal. Only 7 years young, this home is ready for the next family to move in and simply enjoy every single thing that it has to offer. For the buyer here today, you're purchasing a home that ticks that almighty box when it comes to purchasing real estate. It is of course the one that we all know, being location, location, location. Now, at your fingertips, we have a kaleidoscope of cafes, we have restaurants, we have hotspots, we have numerous public transport options if driving is something that you can't do or that you'd rather not do, and of course there is a schooling belt that undoubtedly stacks the deck in your child's favour for their future. I think to the buyer here today, the only problem you are going to encounter after purchasing here today is the jealousy that you will instill in your friends and family. I have no doubt they will all look at you with envy and think, why can't I have a home this great? Solve that problem by inviting them over, because we know that there's ample space for it, and I know to the buyer here today, you'll want to do that anyway, because this is a home that you would want to show off. A home like this one, I think, is truly special. I think it can only be described as a piece of real estate magic. Can I make just one suggestion to you? Don't let this one vanish before your eyes. I think all we are lacking here today is your input. So it is on that note, I submit it to you. 5 Wattle Valley Court in Bayswater North, in your hands now, calling for opening bids, opening offers. Where shall we begin? Name your figure. Where do we say go? Quite happy to start at any reasonable figure that you like. You guys throw me a number, I'll tell you if it's too high. Quite happy to start at any reasonable figure that you like. I can kick it off myself on what's called a vendor bid. I would much rather some participation from the crowd. Sorry? 880, welcome in and good luck, at $880,000 now. And from here, we'll call it $20,000 on the advance, call it $900,000. We're at 880 now. Let's use this as a platform to work with bidders in gentleman's offer in front. At $880,000 now, calling for 20s on the advance should only be instinctive bidding at these sort of price levels. At $880,000, calling for $20,000 on the advance, take me to 900. As I said, don't let inhibitions hold you back, should only be instinctive, giving our land allotment alone. That should warrant those sort of price levels. At $880,000 now, calling for $20,000 on the advance. First call at $880,000. Twice now at $880,000. Third and final opportunity at $800. Well, I do certainly understand and I certainly appreciate it. Can be quite overwhelming, quite daunting making that first bid at an auction. I do promise, once you make that first move, you will feel a lot more relaxed. You'll feel a lot more at ease from that moment on. So we're at $880,000 now, as I said. Should only be intuitive bidding at that sort of price point. Calling for $20,000 on the advance, take me to 900 even. So we're at $880,000 now, calling it down 3 more times. First call at $880,000. Twice now at $800. Third and final opportunity at $880,000. Well, just to steer you in that right direction, I will place a vendor bid against you, sir, at $900,000. I'd love to invite you back in for, say, $920,000 from here. So we're at $900,000 at $920. Welcome back again. At $920,000, bidder number 3 with a paddle in his hand. At $920,000, we'll stay in 20s on the advance. Take me to $940. Anyone holding back? This is your time. This is your chance. At $920,000. First call at $920. Twice now at $920,000. Third and final opportunity at $920,000. Well, just a timely reminder with auctions in Victoria and how they work. I can pass the property in if we don't reach that reserve level. If I do pass the property into the highest bidder, they reserve the first and exclusive rights to negotiate with our owners post-auction to see what their reserve is. If I come back with a vendor bid and I do pass it in on a vendor bid, it is essentially open slather and everyone can come forward and put in their offers if they would like to. What does that mean for you? It is always the best position to be in to be the highest bidder at all times because you reserve the first and exclusive rights to treat with our owners post-auction and see their very, very sensible reserve. 94% of the time, if a property is passed into the highest bidder, they purchase the property. So on that note, it has to be the highest bidder. So we're at $920,000, going to call it down 3 more times. At $920, first call, twice now at $920,000. Calling for a mere 20 on the advance, take me to 940 for the third and final opportunity at $920,000. Are we done? Finished? Silent? 940. I hate to undersell your future home. At 930. I'll travel in 10. The 930. We go at 940. Straight back. At $940,000. 50. 50. 60. 60. 70. So confident? No. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. No, you're right. So we're at 960, confirming the bid? Yeah. 970, do we say? Happy to travel in 10. Anyone holding back, this is your time. This is your chance at $960,000. Bidders to my front, bidders straight in front of me. One of you in it, this is your time. This is your chance to secure a truly magnificent property at $960,000 once. Twice now at $960,000. Are we sure? Definitely out. Definitely out. Follow me for 5. 965. No? You sure? We're at 960. First call, second, third, and final opportunity at $960,000. So I'm just going to pause the auction. Nick, come across. I'll be back with you in 1 second. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your patience. As I'm sure you can appreciate, it is a big, big decision departing from such a spectacular home like this one. So my instructions are clear. The owners, they do want to sell today, but just not at a price point that is going to motivate them to release such a fantastic home. So just confirming the bid at $960,000. Would invite anyone in for $5,000 increases from here. Sir, are you sure? Definitely out. Don't want to come to 965? Definitely out.
What's the reserve?
I wish I could just shout it out. As I said before, the best position to be in is be the highest bidder, because then if I do pass the property into you, you get the first price to see what that reserve is. So we're at 960, would invite you in for $5,000 from here, take me to 965. Anyone else in the crowd, this is your time, this is your chance. I know strategically a lot of people like to hold back to the serious end of the auction. Telling you we're here now. At $960,000 bidders to my front, calling for $5,000 advances anywhere from here. First time at $960,000. So chase down a mere 5 or even 10 to show strength. Second call at 960, and the ensuing zeros as well, at $960,000 for the third and final opportunity at $960,000. Are we definitely sure? Definitely out. Appreciate it. You've been great. Sir, what I'm going to do is use my last vendor bid of $980,000. And from here, I'll call for, round me up to the neat million if you like, that illustrious million. Will sound better when you tell your friends when you buy to that level. At $980,000 now, calling for say 5 10s. Can I invite you back in for 10? Call me 990. Are you sure? Again, if I pass the property in on this bid that I've done right now, a vendor bid of 980, no one reserves the right to treat with our owners post-auction. So 5,000, take me to 985. It'll be passed in to you. And $980,000 bid is with me. First call at 980. Second call at 980. Third and final opportunity at $980,000. Come with me for 5. Because then it gets passed. It won't sell at that level. It'll get passed into you. Get the first right to negotiate. At $980,000. Are we sure? Definitely out. Definitely out. Calling it down 3 more times. If there is no further advance, I will be passing the property in. So this is your time. This is your chance. Even if come in for $1,000, just so you reserve that first and exclusive right. So we're at $980,000. First chance. Twice. Sorry. Take it 2.5 at 982.5. Live bid now at 982.5. This gentleman is in the box seat to purchase at 982,000. Flexing his auction muscles right now at 982.5. 982.5. First call. Twice now. Third and final opportunity at $982,500. Just reiterating what I'm going to say. I will pass the property in to this gentleman, and he reserves the first and exclusive rights to negotiate with our owners, and I'm sure you will see a sold sticker on that sign very, very soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. I will be passing the property in to this gentleman to my front. If there is any further interest in the property, after this person, these 2 guys have negotiated, then come and see us. But I will be passing the property in. Thank you for your attendance. Cheers.